You're standing in your kitchen, phone in hand, staring at a name on the screen. Your thumb hovers over the call button. You already know how this goes. The sharp tone, the jab wrapped in a joke, the silence that feels like a wall. So you put the phone down. Again. But here's what nobody tells you. That wall you feel? You built half of it yourself. And tearing it down doesn't start with them. It starts with a mirror. Before we get to that mirror, though, we need to go back. Back to a moment most of us share but rarely talk about. The moment you decided someone was hard to love. Not hard to like, not hard to get along with, hard to love. There's a gap between those words, and inside that gap lives something worth finding. Think about the last time someone let you down. A friend who canceled for the 5th time, a parent who turned your good news into a lecture, a partner who went quiet right when you needed words. Your brain did something fast, faster than you could catch. It stamped a label: selfish, cold, toxic. And once that label was in place, every future action got filtered through it. The nice text? A trick. The apology? Too late. The gift? Guilt, not love. That filter has a name most people never learn. Your brain looks at someone's bad moment and treats it like a fixed trait. They're not having a rough day, they are a rough person. Most people do this. They watch someone stumble once and decide that stumble is who that person is. Forever. But you don't do that to yourself, do you? When you snap at a friend, you know the full story. You slept 3 hours. Your boss chewed you out. The dog ruined the couch. You give yourself the full picture. You hand others a snapshot. That's the first brick in the wall. And it's yours. Now, here's where it gets strange. Once that first brick is in place, your brain starts hunting for more. You notice every late reply. You remember every sigh. You catalog the eye rolls. And the kind moments? They slide right off. Your mind built a case file, and it only accepts proof for one side. So what do you do with a wall you built from your own fears and filters? You pick up a mirror instead of a magnifying glass. Picture this. A woman named Sarah, let's say she's you, sits across from her mother at a holiday table. Her mother says something about Sarah's job, something small. Something like, "Right, still doing that, huh?" Sarah's chest tightens. Her jaw locks. She hears, "Ro, you're not enough. Aye." But her mother? Her mother grew up in a house where dreams were a luxury, where steady work meant survival. Her mother hears herself saying, "Oh, I hope you're safe." Same words. 2 completely different rooms. That gap between what's said and what's heard. That's where love goes to die, unless someone builds a bridge. Building that bridge doesn't mean becoming a doormat. It means asking one quiet question before your brain stamps another label. What might be driving this? Not excusing it, not accepting it, just pausing long enough to wonder. A group of researchers spent 6 weeks training people to ask exactly that. Just 6 weeks. And the people who practiced got noticeably better at seeing through someone else's eyes. Not because they became saints, because they practiced one thing. Pause. Wonder. Listen. You're at the table with Sarah's mother. She says, "Ro, still doing that, huh?" And instead of armor, you try a question. You try, "None. What do you wish for me, Mom?" Watch her face change. Watch the wall crack, just a sliver. But let's be honest. Some people don't crack. Some people push harder the more you open up. And this is where most advice falls apart. People tell you to love without limits, to keep giving, to keep turning the other cheek until both cheeks are raw. That's not love. That's a slow leak. Real love has a fence around it, not a stone wall. A fence, the kind you can see through, the kind that swings open when respect walks up and latches shut when harm tries to follow. Here's what that fence sounds like in real life. You say, "Herds, if you raise your voice, I'm going to step out. I'll come back when we can talk calmly." That's it. No drama, no threat, just a clear line drawn in the dirt. And here's the part that surprises people. Families who used scripts like these saw far fewer fights over the next few months. Not because the difficult person changed overnight, but because the rules of the game changed. And when the rules change, people adjust. Now, The obvious pushback here is worth hearing. What about people who don't adjust? What about the ones who keep pushing past every fence, every line, every boundary you set? The framework we're building only works when both sides still carry some basic goodwill, some flicker of care, even if it's buried deep. When that flicker is gone, when someone's pattern is abuse, control, or harm, then the fence becomes a wall, and that wall becomes distance, complete distance. And that's not failure. That's survival. No amount of gentle questions should put you in danger. But for the people in between, the mother who loves badly, the friend who forgets, the sibling who stings, there's a next step most of us skip, and it's the hardest one. You're carrying stones in your pockets. You've been carrying them so long they feel like part of your body. Each one has a name carved into it. The time they forgot your birthday, the thing they said at your wedding, the promise they broke years ago. You hold these stones because they feel like proof. Proof that you were wronged, proof that your pain was real. But proof and weight are not the same thing. Letting go of a stone doesn't mean it never fell on you. It means you stop picking it up every morning. People who practiced writing down the grudge, naming what it cost them, then choosing to set it down, saw their anger and worry drop sharply in just a few weeks. Not because the wrong was erased, because the grip was loosened. Picture a river, murky, slow, choked with silt. You stand on the bank and pull a stone from your pocket. You read the name on it one last time, then you let it fall. It hits the surface, sinks, and something shifts. The water moves a little faster, a little clearer. You can see the bottom now. You didn't forgive them for their sake. You forgave them for yours. There's a trap here, though. People hear the word forgiveness and think it means a phone call, a hug, a fresh start. It doesn't have to. Forgiveness can happen in a journal at 3 in the morning. It can happen in your head on a walk. It can be completely private, completely silent, and still change your body for the better. The difference matters. Forgiveness is not the same as going back. You can release the stone and still keep the fence. Now, you've faced the mirror. You've built the bridge. You've set the fence. You've dropped the stones. And you're tired. Of course you're tired. Every one of those steps costs something. It pulls from a well inside you. And if nobody ever refills that well, it goes dry. You end up hollow, burned out, unable to feel anything at all. Not anger, not love, not even relief. This is the part everyone skips. The part about you. Think of a lantern. It's the only light in a dark garden. Every time you reach out to someone, every act of patience, every time you choose the bridge over the wall, the flame dips. It flickers. And if you never tend it, it goes out. Then the whole garden goes dark. 3 short pauses a day, a few minutes each. That's it. You sit. You breathe. You talk to yourself the way you'd talk to someone you actually like. Not a pep talk, not a mantra. Just, no, this is hard, and I'm still here. People who did this, caregivers, nurses, people who spend their whole lives pouring into others, saw their burnout drop sharply because the lantern got its fuel back. And here's the part that changes everything. Self-care doesn't subtract from love. It multiplies it. The flame in your lantern doesn't just light your path. It lights the bridge, it lights the fence, it lights the river where the stones fell. Without it, every tool you built sits in the dark. Now, let's circle back to something we glossed over. The idea that love is an action, not a feeling. Most people hear that and think it sounds cold. Like you're checking boxes. Smile. Listen. Help. Repeat. Where's the warmth in that? Here's where. When you repeat a small kind act in the same setting, same person, same moment, same choice, your brain starts to rewire. The effort fades. The pushback drops. And something strange blooms in the gap. The feeling you were waiting for shows up. Not before the action, after it. Like rain that only falls on ground that's already been tilled. You don't wait to feel love and then act on it. You act on it and then feel it grow. But here's the catch. This only works when you choose who gets the seeds. Not everyone earns your garden. Some soil is toxic. Some seasons are wrong. The practice of loving hard people is not a demand to love all people the same way. It's a choice, made fresh each day, about where your lantern shines. That's the reframe worth holding. Love for difficult people isn't a test of your patience. It's a mirror of your practice. The quality of your attention, the strength of your fence, the weight of your pockets, the brightness of your flame. If this story landed somewhere real for you, there's another one waiting. One about the kind of peace that comes not from fixing people, but from the strange art of letting them be exactly who they are. Subscribe and you'll hear it next. You're still standing in the kitchen. The phone is on the counter. The name is still on the screen. But your thumb isn't hovering anymore. It's steady, because now you know the wall has a door in it. And the key was never in their pocket. It was in yours.